Happy Friday, guys. How's it going? How's it going? Welcome to Bereket Live. It's yours truly, Richard Bereket. How are you? How's your week been? You know, at this point, why even bother? Why even bother holding a general election in 2027? Why even bother? This is embarrassing. This is, I don't know if you guys feel the way that I feel. I always feel like a country should be a multi-party state. It's just my own personal opinion. At this point, why even bother? The president of Nigeria, President Bola Tinubu, doesn't even need to campaign at this point. Just show up on the campaign trail, wave, smile, shake hands, kiss babies, and just go about your business at this point. 30 states are now APC. The APC controls. It was 29. Today, it officially became 30 because guess who joined the fold? Adamawa State has joined. Now they've all consolidated. Nothing against Bola Tinubu. You got to do what you got to do. Listen, they say when the ship is sinking, you don't want to go down with the sinking ship. You got to jump ship now. This is embarrassing. Could you imagine if you're watching for the first time, I'm in the United States. Could you imagine if the entire United States government was a one-party state, say Republican or Democrat? This is why Nigeria tends to take a step forward and two steps backwards. 20, no, sorry, 30 out of 36 states are now in support of the sitting president, Bola Tinubu. It's over now. The presidency is locked. The general election of 2027 is locked. Look, it's all about funding and support. It's just that's what it is. It's all about funding and support. You have 30 state governors backing the sitting president. The other states that are yet, listen, if it were you, wouldn't you jump ship? I would. The states currently that's not governed by APC are Abia, Anambra, Bauchi, Oyo, Osun, and Jigawa. Do you know who I think is probably going to jump ship next out of all of these people that I just listed? It's probably Anambra State, Soludo, because he just met with Bola Tinubu last week. CJ says she wouldn't. You wouldn't jump ship. You're going to sink. You got to think of your political future too. As a governor, they are not making this decision because of the outcome they want today. They also have to look at years ahead as far as like the political future is concerned. The APC is running the show right now. The PDP is done for. It's the party doesn't exist anymore. And now these guys, the ADC, they are now scrambling, holding meetings left and right, trying to salvage something, but they still don't have a leader. And even if a leader were to pop up today in the ADC, let's say they decide to go with Obi that all of you want to run for president, they are still not going to, they can't hold a candle to the APC now. They don't have the institutional muscle, the institutional horsepower to compete with the APC in the 2027 general elections. I think altogether, Nigeria should be ashamed for allowing this to happen in the first place. We need a good opposition for democracy. That's my point. We can't have a one-party system because Nigeria is basically a one-party system today. They will be for the next 4 years. And when Tinubu is done with the second term, guess what? He's going to keep on supporting APC candidates. Nobody comes close. Nigerians ought to be ashamed of themselves. These governors, come on now, where is the spine? They are spineless. They are only thinking about themselves, not necessarily what's in the best interest of their constituents. They don't care about their constituents. They only care about their political futures. And that's why they're all moving, jumping left and right, kissing the ring. Stand for something. When you don't stand for something, you will fall for everything. Can't you? Even if it's at the expense of your political career, stand for something. Stand for something. ADC, you are saying ADC has been a terrible opposition. ADC is not even an opposition. CJ, I beg to differ respectfully. There's no opposition today in Nigeria. None. Zero. And that is what ticks me off. That's what ticks me off. There's no opposition at all. And yes, these guys are trying to mount, but ADC just doesn't have the institution to be able to compete at a general election, in a general election capacity. They just don't have. The two front runners, article nobody wants. Obi had a shot in 2023 and came in third. Obi should have held its own as Labour Party. He should have held his own if he really wanted people to take him seriously. But now he just seems to just walking around complaining left and right. They are all trying to do this salvage meetings left and right. It's over. So 2027 election, listen, no funders, nobody in their right mind. Remember, elections is all about money. The person that raises the most money wins. If you have special interest as a billionaire in Nigeria right now, would you put your money behind a losing opposition? Or would you put your money behind who you know is for sure guaranteed to win, the APC? Elections are all about funding. APC, ADC doesn't have any funders. Nobody in their right mind is going to put their money behind ADC. Nobody. Unless you want to lose your money, unless you want to go from a billionaire to a millionaire. If you want to go from a Nigerian billionaire to a Nigerian millionaire, support ADC. Just roll down the window and just throw your money out of the window because you're not going to recoup that investment. Why? Because they're not going to win. They have less time. Isn't the presidential, when is the presidential election? What? They're going to swear him in what? May of 2027. So we are what? 14 months out. Tinubu very soon is going to hit the campaign trail just for show, just for show. He doesn't have to do much other than just to show up and let the governors be the front runners. Let the governors be his mouthpiece. People like some wiki, they are the just let them. All Tinubu has to do right now is the guy can literally take a vacation right now. A part of me weeps for Nigeria's future. To be honest with you, a part of me weeps. CJ, your governor, this guy, what is your governor's name? Alex Oti. He doesn't even need to do much. He just needs to sit still and just be the Labour Party head of Abia State. But I know that Solodu is going to jump ship. It's not if Solodu is going to jump ship, it's when he's going to jump ship. He's going to go. He's going to move over to the APC for his political future. All these guys, they have ambition now. They all want to be president one day. That's why. My own governor, Governor Umoino of Akwa Ibom State, also jumped. And he took everybody with him. That's what they do. From the local government on. If the CEO of the state, which is the governor of the state, decides he wants to go to the APC, everybody has to follow. Unless you want to piss away your political future and be in defiance, you got to follow him now. Whether you agree or disagree. If the governor of a state says they are moving over to the APC, it's in your best interest. If you want to remain a politician, you just got to follow him. You got to follow him. 30 states from the south, you have Akwa Ibom, Bayelsa, Cross River, Delta, Edo, Rivers, Southeast, Ebonyi, Enugu, Imo, Southwest, Lagos, Ogun, Ondo, Ekiti, North Central, Benue, Kogi. You can pull it up yourself. My own thing is this, though. What improvements? I know, CJ, you are an Abia lady. I know you've been sharing the improvements that Abia has been making. Here's the thing. OT did it without turning over to APC. OT did it as a Labour Party governor. You got to commend somebody like that. Everybody else, all these other ones, they're all running over to APC. Because they want to be in power now for the next 4 years. All these governors, these 30 governors that are in support of Tinubu right now, I'm guaranteeing you right now, if they are all, I believe most of them are in their first term as governors. Of course, they're going to win the second term now. Because Tinubu just got to endorse them. Tinubu, okay, if Umoino is running, is coming up for an election, so Tinubu is going to show up and support him. He has that seat. He has the loudest megaphone in Nigeria. He has the funding. He has all the projects. Nigerians ought to be, well, I don't want to generalize. But this is an embarrassment for Nigeria, a one-party country. This is an embarrassment. This is an embarrassment. CJ said they are not even putting forward policy proposals. You mean the ADC? They don't have to. I told you, all Tinubu has to do is just show up, smile, and wave. Because it's not as if you are fighting for votes at this point. Tinubu doesn't have to convince anybody at this point. To be quite honest with you, he should already if I were Tinubu, I'm already setting up my policies for the second term. I'm setting up things for the second term. I'm not even going to bother competing with the ADC. They don't even have a leader. They don't have a leader. So who is Tinubu competing? Is Tinubu versus Tinubu? The only person that can beat Tinubu is Tinubu. It will take a miracle of, you guys are all Christians there, of biblical proportions for Tinubu to not win the upcoming election. Something crazy, weird, and out of this world has to happen for Tinubu to not win the second term. It is written on the wall. Your president, my president, Bola Tinubu, is going to be the next, is going to win 2027. Seriously. I don't like it, but that's just the reality of Nigeria right now. Nobody has the strength to stand up and say, this is what I believe in, even if it costs me my governorship. People will put money behind Obi, but not ADC. Well, Obi needs a party. If you support Obi, you automatically support ADC. Because at this point, Obi has locked himself in a position where he can't change course now. It's too late. What is he going to do? Go back to the Labour Party? He can't do that. They're not going to welcome him back. So he has to sit where he is right now and potentially be a vice president, be the running mate of Atiku as of right now. Because the Northerners are not going to allow Obi to be the front runner. They are not. The ADC was built for and around this guy, Atiku. And the loudest of them all in the ADC is El Rufai, who happens to be in trouble right now with the EFCC and the ICPC. He's currently he's under investigation right now. I know he's suing. I think he sued them just recently for what, 2 billion. He's not going to get that. What they are going to do, if he continues fighting, they're just going to bleed him out financially. El Rufai is rich, but El Rufai is not richer than the Nigerian government. They're just going to bleed him out now. Court case after court case, court case after court case. Nigerian governments, they have unlimited resources. So they are going to beat him down to his knees. I'm talking about El Rufai here. El Rufai is the ADC's version of Nyesom Wike. The way Nyesom Wike is with APC is the way El Rufai is with ADC. But unfortunately, he's under investigation for fraud. That's like the worst jacket you can put on any Nigerian politician. Put that fraud jacket on them and they are done. They are done. So at this point, listen, all of you voters, I'm based in the US. I can't legally vote in Nigeria, but all you voters going out there, there's only one option for you at this point. And that option, just vote APC, collect your bag of rice that they give you guys and your box of Indomie noodles and just go about your business. If you are going out, forget PDP is done. There's no more PDP in Nigeria. That party is dead. And people just don't trust Obi. My uncle is an Obi guy. Me personally, I can't shake the fact that Obi benefited from the Abacha regime. I just can't shake it. As much as I try, I'm always trying to find something to like about Peter Obi, but I just can't shake the Abacha linkage, the Abacha relationship. Obi benefited. He was the port director under Sani Abacha. Obi is the #1 importer in Nigeria today. Peter Obi, if you guys don't know. So he is not going to be the front runner for the ADC. Get that straight right now. Don't be disappointed. Get it straight right now. He's not. The only other option is for him to either drop out of the race altogether or become VP. And even as the VP, he's a liability to Atiku as VP. I'm talking about Peter Obi. He's not an asset to Atiku as VP. He's a liability. Because they are going to open Obi's nyash. Pardon my French. Just go on YouTube now and see what people have been saying about Peter Obi, particularly in Nyesom Wike, Tinubu's pit bull. You see, look, every party needs a pit bull. APC's pit bull is in Nyesom Wike. ADC's pit bull was El Rufai. Man, they muzzled that pit bull quicker than quick. Muzzled him up. El Rufai can't bite anybody right now. Someone that is on trial. Well, being investigated right now for siphoning. I wouldn't say the word stealing, for misappropriating 431 billion naira. That's an equivalent of $350 million. He's muzzled now. As much as I wanted, and another thing too is within APC, guys, nobody within APC is challenging Tinubu. So the man has no opposition. He has no opposition. Man, I feel for Nigeria, man. I really, really do feel for Nigeria. People, okay, INEC has changed election date to January. So they've pushed up. What was the election date before? So they've pushed it up to January. See, they're trying to speed things up. So now, what are we? We are basically what? February is over. Tomorrow is the end of the month. So we are 10 months into the presidential general election. 10 months. 10 months. And you don't have a front runner. All those guys combined, I know all those guys are rich. Rotimi, all these guys, they're all billionaires in Nigeria. Atiku, these guys are not going to put their money down now. They're going to go out there and raise funds. Have to go out there and raise funds. And if you're a lobbyist, a special interest lobbyist, why would you put your money in a sinking ship? ADC, to be honest with you, hasn't even left the dock. They haven't even left the dock. So if this is the future that you guys want for Nigeria, it is what it is. Nothing can be done at this point. Not again. I don't know what Tinubu has been up to. I can't really quantify what he has done in terms of like job creation. He is very good at stable. They're saying that he stabilized the country. That's what they are saying. The country is now stabilized. Shetima even went on record and said, well, the next thing for us to do is now growth. I'm assuming he meant job creation and all that stuff. Tinubu today can't tie local job creation to everything that he's been doing in the past 3 years. You can't tie. You are looking at the banning of certain raw materials like shea butter, sorry, shea nuts now. Nigerians still can't export shea nuts in its raw form. It has to be processed. So you are banning the exportation of raw shea nuts. How does that boost local processing? How does that boost local manufacturing? Think about it, guys. Nigeria is not even a leader. Nigeria is not even a world leader in shea nut production, let alone shea nut export. Guess who that leader is? Ghana. So we are optimizing the wrong things. We are banning the wrong things. Look, all these so-called FDIs, foreign investors, they are all supporting Tinubu. They are all supporting Tinubu. None of them is, they don't even know who Obi is. They don't know who Atiku, they may know them, but at this point, these guys, these ADC guys, they are not assets to any foreign direct investor today. The only asset to foreign FDI today is what? Tinubu and the APC party. So that's who they are going to campaign for and get behind. This is going to be entertaining, honestly. The Nigerian general election 20 is just going to be an entertainment. I'm going to watch, I'm going to follow and pay attention to it. It's just for the entertainment aspect. But as far as like the neck and neck opposition, we just don't have it. We don't. I'm sorry. It's the way it is. Deal with it. We will change it. Alex Otti is trying, but he's all alone. He's in his own island now. At this point, there's no need for Alex Oti, the governor, for you guys who don't know, he's the governor of Abia State. There's no need for Alex Oti to, he doesn't have to switch over to APC to gain the support of Tinubu. At this point, it's even going to be detrimental for Alex Oti to jump ship. Because think about it. 30 other governors have already done it. At this point, just sit back and relax and just continue doing your own thing. Maybe eventually Alex Oti could be the head of the Labour Party eventually. But right now he's on his own. These other guys, which party are they in? Anambra is PDP, Bauchi, I don't know, is Bauchi PDP, is Oyo PDP, Oshun? I think Oshun might jump to, isn't Adeleke Oshun, the Oshun governor? I can probably see Adeleke jumping ship. I can see Anambra jumping. I can see Oyo jumping. Bauchi, Jigawa, nobody really cares there. Abia doesn't really have to. Man, huh, CJ say, what do citizens do when you have a one-party state? You just vote for the party now. It's still technically a democratic party. Nigeria is still technically a democratic election. They still have to hold general election. So that's what you do now. You go and then I just can't imagine in the US being just a one party state. So I go to the ballot box and then I see what? I see the Democratic Party and then I see a non-existent party next to it. I'm just going to tick the Democratic Party. Unless people just want to punish Tinubu, they'll just tick the other box. Just for the sake of just punishing Bola Tinubu. But you know that they are going to buy votes still. All these guys are going to offer them bags of rice and box of Indomie noodles and a crate of mineral. They are still going to offer it to them. All these local market sellers and all these local poor people, that's what they're going to do. They're going to offer them, give them maybe 5,000 naira and say, at this point, just go ahead. There's no need now. Okay, so the option is vote for ADC and go home with nothing. Or vote for the party that you know is going to win and go home with 5,000 naira or 10,000 naira and all these other foodstuffs. That's what's going to happen. I feel for Nigeria, I don't know how we are going to recover from this. Because guess what, CJ? When this is all done, ADC is going to disband. You know now. A party without a foundation, a party without structure, a party without a clear leader. And then on top of that, they'll take an L, meaning they'll lose the election. A party without funding. A party with no support. To borrow from CJ, a party in their own island. When Tinubu wins, ADC is going to disband. They are going to all scatter like roaches. And then what are they going to do? You are okay, so you're going to complain for 4 more years. Once Tinubu wins again, it's basically a lame duck president. There's nothing you can do. All you can do is complain, complain, complain. It's not as if he's going to run for a third term. The ADC is going to disband the way PDP disbanded. And then it's APC basically for the next 4 years in Niger. Possibly for the next 20 years. Possibly for the next 20 years. Because guess what? When Tinubu's second term is over, guess what he's going to do? He's going to endorse another APC candidate. And right now, just for my own greed, this guy is looking good. He's not perfect, but the Senate president, Godswill Akpabio, former governor of Akwa Ibom State. I would like to see Akpabio run. So you already have the next 4 years going to the APC. We probably have the next presidential candidate is definitely going to be an APC candidate. And then who is it going to run against? A non-existent party? Man, Nigeria, wow. He has a very good relationship with Tinubu. He does. I mean, ADC, no policy proposals to show how they'll be different. Okay. CJ, even if they were to come up with a groundbreaking policy proposal, remember they only have 10 months to do so. You can't convince Nigerians in 10 months, especially someone like Atiku, who was a former vice president for 8 years under Buhari. And he has been running for president for a long time. Nigerians still didn't want him. And then you have Obi. Remember, as much as you people love him, he still came in third place. Third. Third. And the kind of movement or the momentum that Obi had in 2023, by this time, 10 months into the election in 2023, Obi was everywhere abroad. The Nigerian diaspora, they wanted him, they liked him. But unfortunately, we are in the diaspora. We can't vote. We can't. We can support you on social media, we want to, but we just can't vote. So that same momentum, Obi has lost it. And you can't gain momentum in just 10 months. You can't. So just get ready for another 4 years of Tinubu, Nigerians. Back home, Nigerians abroad. Get ready for another 4 years of Tinubu. So maybe we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. The first 4 years was used to stabilize. Maybe the next 4 years is going to use it to create jobs. Who knows? We don't know. Man, they say play the cards you're dealt. Say play the cards you're dealt. It is the way it is. It's no longer about the constituents. It's about what's in the best interest of the governors. They are all terrible people except Obi. We need fresh blood. How is Obi not terrible? Did I not just say that Obi was the guy, the port director under Sani Abacha? Didn't, okay. Uh, CJ, what did Obi do for Anambra State? Was he not impeached? And then he went through the court system, and then they gave the governorship back to him. He was impeached. So what did he do for the Anambra people? I just feel like there needs to be a candidate. There needs to be. That is what elections is about. It's going to be a landslide. Tinubu is probably going to win the popular vote. Do you guys have electoral votes in Nigeria? He may win that too. It's just the way it is. The man to me is old. He's old. He may not even make it through the second term. It kind of reminds me of Joe Biden. How old is Tinubu? Let's look at Tinubu's age. How old? How old is Tinubu? He's too old. I can't type today. Tinubu. So Trump is older than Tinubu. Tinubu is 73 and he moves around like he's 93. Tinubu lacks energy. Trump is what? 78? How old is Trump? Trump is, come on, ChatGPT is slow today. Oh. Maybe I should switch over to Claude. So Trump is going to turn 80 in June. He's going to turn, I was born in June too. So Trump is going to be 80 in June. So Trump is what, 7 years older than Tinubu. He looks agile. He looks young. He's got a bounce in his step. Tinubu just can't even hold a microphone. So I don't think Tinubu may even last the entirety of the second term. He looks very frail. The man can barely speak. Man, what do you guys think? Nigerians, what do you guys think about this mess of a state that we're in? Oh, they're all terrible. How much does it cost to run for president? Billions. Billions, CJ. Billions. Let me ask. Average cost of a presidential election. Let me just say in the US. In the USA. So it says here it's estimated around $14 billion. In modern US presidential politics, campaign costs have grown dramatically over the past few decades from under $1 billion in the early 2000s to well over 10 billion in recent circles. So convert 10, let's just round it up and say it's 10 billion. So convert $10 billion to Naira. Convert 10, what's going to do my keyboard today? Convert 10 billion to Naira. It, it's approximately 13.6, let's just say 14 trillion Naira to run for president in Nigeria. ADC doesn't have that kind of money. APC does, ADC does not. CJ said you can vote if you are refostered and in Nigeria. You think I'm gonna go to Nigeria to vote for these guys? Not doing that. Not doing, I don't even know if I can even legally do it because I have dual citizenship. I'm a naturalized US citizen and a Nigerian citizen by birth. So I don't even know if I can even if I wanted to, is it even legal? Can I really? Or am I gonna need to give up my US citizenship for which I'm never doing? He can revive Labour if he defects and runs as their candidate. It's too late. I'm sorry, CJ. It's too late. He should have stayed as the Labour Party head and work with OT, the Igbo people. All these states, all of the Igbo states are now APC. All of them except Abia and Anambra. So you have 80% of the Igbo states, quote unquote Igbo states, are now APC. It's too late. You can't just keep dancing back and forth. Today you are Labour, the next day you are ADC, then you want to go back to Labour. They are not going to welcome him back. It's too late. Obi should never have left. He should have built upon his base. Remember, that's what Trump did. Trump lost the election to Joe Biden, but he maintained his base. And then when he came back to run again for the second term, the base showed up for him. So while Biden was in office, Trump still had the support of his base. He actually built more. He was able to convert some of the Democratic base and the undecided voters to his side. That's what Obi should have done. Obi should have just used this Tinubu's term to continue growing his international base and growing his local base. But what did he do? He left you guys alone. He abandoned you. He left you literally hanging. Obi left you guys holding the bag. the people that supported him. Because he didn't see the value in that relationship. He didn't see the value in building that constituency. Just Obi is like an immediate guy. What is it? What's in it for me today? He wasn't thinking long term. Obi wasn't thinking strategically like Trump did. And now, 10 months into the election, you are not the front runner. You've said you're not going to be the vice president. So now, if Obi all of a sudden decides, okay, I'm going to cave and be the vice president, that's if that even weakens his posture even more. Because you already came out and said you won't, and now you are saying you will. So Obi needs to just walk away. And maybe go back to the Labour Party like CJ suggested. Apologize. Because no, everybody loves an apology. Just apologize, acknowledge that you were wrong, come up with some sort of political lie, and then continue developing that base. And then maybe in 2020, in 2031, they might give you a shot. But I am not an Obi, I'm just not. I'm not an Obi guy. My manager is calling me from Nigeria. Hey, Sam, I'll call you back. I'm in a live right now. All right. Thank you. Oh, you can revive. Okay, we talked about at least he's now discussing state policing, though they need significant oversight. That has to be approved by Congress. I don't think having a state police is going to solve Nigeria's problem. As long as OT gets funds from Tinubu for ABI, of course now, because you see, here's one thing that OT is doing that I like. OT is showing results. OT is not just talking the talk. OT is walking his talk. And there is nothing better than results. Nothing. You can talk all you want to. At the end of the day, it's about results. Show me the results of everything that you've been doing. OT has been able to do that so far. Of course, he is going to have the support of Tinubu. Another thing too, CJ, while OT is going to have the support of Tinubu, is that OT is not bashing Tinubu. OT is in a good space right now. Don't speak negatively about Bola Tinubu. Don't switch. Stay within your party. I'm not saying you don't have to kiss Tinubu's ring at this point. You don't have to bow down. Just have a good relationship with him. Tell him what you need. Show the results. This is what we've been able to accomplish so far on our own, Mr. President. When Tinubu sees the results that, of course, because now Tinubu is going to look at OT and say, okay, here's a governor that hasn't spoken bad about me. Guys, at the end of the day, these people are humans. I know that you guys just see politicians, but at the end of the day, they are humans. They are going to naturally gravitate to people who like them, people who you see, OT may not necessarily support Tinubu at this point, but at least he's not on record being against him. OT is in a good spot. Even Solodu doesn't need to jump ship at this point. Because in his own little way, Solodu is also showing some results, especially with the stay-at-home abolishment. In his own little way, what's his name? Solodu is showing results. So at this point, these remaining 6 states, sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, yes, the remaining 6 states that are not governed by APC, Abia, Anambra, Bauchi, Oyo, Osun, and Jigawa, they don't even have to switch over. Just be in the good graces of Bola Tinubu and show results. At the end of the day, it's results that people are looking for. If you move at this point, you're going to lose posture. Adamawa just moved. Let's look at Adamawa for a second and see why. Why even at this point? Let me share my screen with you guys. Man, so this is Adamawa. Governor Fintiri defected today, the 27th of February. Look at him. He said he moved with all his cabinet members. Guys, that's what they do now. Once the leader has jumped ship, everybody's going to follow. All his cabinet members, appointees, and elected local government chairmen, they are now all APC. This is Adamawa guy. Umaru Fintiri is his name. He announced this today on a broadcast on channels. You see, the interesting thing is they're always going to say, we want leadership, we want stability. So this is his reason. He said that his decision was made in the interest of the people of Adamawa State and national unity, emphasizing the need for stronger alignment with the federal government to advance development priorities. The Speaker of the Adamawa State Assembly, Wesley Adonwenze, resigned his membership. You see, the Speaker also jumped ship. He resigned from the PDP along with 14 other lawmakers, and now they are all supporting, they are now all APC. They are always saying that it's in the best interest. But okay, let's just call it what it is. Call it what it is. PDP has no leadership. Let's just call it what it is. If you're a governor in a PDP state that 95% has jumped over to APC, just like Alex Oti, you are in an island by yourself because you don't have structure, you don't have leadership, you have a decaying party. Cancerous, decaying from the inside out. You are going to jump ship now. If you are a PDP governor right now, honestly speaking, unless you are just special, you are on your own. Just like OT is on his own, as in the Labour Party, PDP is dead. Guys, I wish I can keep on with this, but I have another segment at 2 o'clock. It's the Paramount Netflix segment that I want to do. So I better wrap up so I can hop onto that Paramount segment. Hope you guys tune in for that. But before I go, CJ, it is what it is, oh, CJ. Akpabio is the first of the worst. He's got 4 years now to convince us otherwise. If you see Akpabio house for Akwa Ibom, man. Akpabio doesn't have a house. Akpabio, I don't even know what to call what he has. It's like a multi-level hotel. Shelter Afrique in Akwa Ibom State. They took me to Akpabio's house. It's like a multi. I'm like, how can somebody live in a place like this? It probably has like 40 something rooms. It's like a multi-level hotel, Akpabio's house. According to him, though, he says it's a communal house, meaning it's a community house. When he's back home in Akwa Ibom for Christmas, a lot of people just come and hang out. CJ, I want to run for president. Run now, if he support you. Make me your running mate now, CJ. I wish OT will run for president. OT still has a lot to prove. Remember, he's still in his first term as the governor of Abia. We need to see more results, though. OT right now has a lot of planning. Like, OT is a visionary. He has vision. But we need to see more out of him as the governor of Abia before he can even consider running for presidency. He's walking the right path, though. Governor OT is. Why are you comparing to US? Look up Nigeria. I did now. I'm just giving you an example. It costs $10 billion USD to run for presidency. Nigeria, I do the math, it's like 13, 14 billion trillion naira. But either way, even if it's a billion, the ADC is still, they don't have the money. They just don't. They just don't. We all have dual citizenship. Some people don't, so there are some Nigerians abroad that don't have dual citizenship. You should actually get it, guys. Optimize for that, work for that if you are abroad. Your number one focus, if you are, before let me close with this, Nigerians. If you are a Nigerian abroad, your number one focus, get your citizenship in the country that you're in. Before you do it, before you build a house in the village, before you do anything, get your citizenship in that country first. That should be your number one objective abroad. Otherwise, you're just a green card holder. And if you sneeze the wrong way, they will deport you. Sneeze, just sneeze the wrong way for abroad. You are gone. So you better get your citizenship abroad. So, okay, I gotta run because I got the 2 o'clock segments. You guys tune in for that. Let's continue this conversation. How did they abandon us? They were trying to trap Obi, so he thought coalition was the safest. TJ, we'll talk about this another time. Maybe I'll do a segment on just the candidacy of Peter Obi, so you can come and defend Peter Obi. Maybe we'll do a podcast, just a one pod, just focused on Obi, and I will list everything that I don't like about the guy. And then maybe CJ, you can come in and defend him. Actually, for that one, CJ, you need to be a guest on the program. I'm not going to let you get away with typing. You have to come more. So even me and you will go at it. I'll tell you why I don't like him. You tell me why you like him. And then we'll let the audience decide. They said you always welcome him back to, yeah. Question is, how do we create the next generation of political leaders? That's a good question. I don't know. I think you have to be in Nigeria. You got to really be dialed into Nigeria, though. If you want to run for politics, you got to go back home. For those who are interested, me, I'm a businessman. I'm not interested in politics. I'm not interested in running for office. I'm a businessman. I want to be a kingmaker. I don't want to be a king. I'm one of those guys that's going to lobby for you, put money behind you. If I feel you can win, I'll put money behind your campaign. And then if you win, just give me contracts. Simple as that. To pay me back for my support. That's what Dangote does now. Dangote is probably just silently supporting Tinubu right now, funding Tinubu's campaign right now, because Tinubu is going to show up for Dangote and be like, hey man, it's what happened now with the Obasanjo era now. So Dangote is not a king. Dangote is a king maker. That's what you want to be. Be a king maker. CJ, we'll schedule it. Maybe we'll do it on a weekend so we can tap into the abroad people, the abroad audience on a weekend. You and I go at them. Tell me what you like about Obi. Me, I go tell you what I don't like. All right. Listen, that's what we need. We don't need any more state governors going. It's over. Just stay where you are. We can't have 36 out of 36 states in the APC. We just can't. So 30 don't do now. 30 is enough. So Lodu, stay where you are. Oti, stay where you are. Bauchi, all those other governors, just stay where you are. Okay? So that's it now. We'll talk. Let me hang up. I have like what? I want to stay on schedule. I have like 6 minutes while I hop on the next live. So I'll see you guys on the next live at 2 o'clock. Let's talk about this Paramount Netflix matter. This showdown that Paramount just won, by the way. So I need Dangote to fund me. CJ, you ready? Just look for money left and right. CJ wants you people to fund our ideas. Anyway, CJ, let's do a funding podcast. So you can come on and plead your case. Come on and share why people should fund your projects in Nigeria. Let's do that one instead. Instead of talking about Obi, let's make a funding podcast for you. So you can share some of the ideas that you have for Niger. CJ is based in Canada. I think you guys are gonna love having her, listening to her. She's very smart. All right, guys. I'll see you guys now in 5 minutes. All right.